Greetings, Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, and Gemini Moon. Welcome to your reading for April 2020 by Amma. Please make sure that you also listen for the reading for your rising sign and for your moon sign because it will give you additional information. Please remember that I'm always here in this channel. I had to take some time off to recuperate from surgery. So now I will be posting the usual monthly videos. And for those of you who would like to get more information, I will be posting a reading for download and purchase on Vimeo for your sign. The link for that, if you are interested, is down here below in the show more description box. And there's also more ways for you to get more if you want to get more. You may also choose to join the membership program. Click the join button right here next to the subscribe, and that will take you through to 3 different levels. Level 1, I'm doing even a more extended reading for each sign of the zodiac, and you're going to have access to all of them. The second level, in addition, will also give you a mid-monthly update for each sign of the zodiac, and the third level will give you an additional monthly healing meditation and a monthly clearing. You can always reach out to me if you want a private personal consultation. I'm a lightworker@gmail.com or www.amalightworker.com. With that being said, now allow me to focus on this reading for you, Gemini. The general feelings that I am picking up for your sign have to deal with travel, news, information. May also be about misinformation or gossip. It has to deal with finances, actions that you're going to take. In regards to finances, there could be about some money to come in. It is about some shift and the change of a circumstance for the better, but you are still have to go through intense emotional situations. You are going to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you are going to be forced to recognize your true power. There's going to be a lot of energetic and psychic protection around you, but you are also asked to do your work, to take action at this time. So that was the general feeling. Now I will be breaking this down one by one. The first card is the Knight of Wands. If this card represents a person, usually it represents a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This could be the sun sign, the rising sign, or the moon sign. This card, Gemini, may also represent you if you happen to have your moon sign or your rising sign in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. To me, this card also means that changes are daunting or intimidating. Represents someone that is adorned by other people. It may also be someone who's bossy or risk taker. So that was the meaning of the card. Now allow me to see what my spiritual team has to say about this. You're going to be the bearer of some kind of a news or information. You're going to be communicating with a lot of people, emails, phone calls, other forms of communication. I have a sense that for some of you, this could be you channeling information. You could be tapping more and more into your own intuition and psychic abilities. This could be if you have a business, a spiritual based business, that you're going to start to see some kind of an increase, or you could also notice your own increase in your ability, your spiritual ability that is connected to your business. For some of you, this Knight of Wands is someone else. So an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius that may be bringing to you something to think about it. They may be confusing you. They may be irritating you. You may be feeling like they are throwing you off balance. You may be thinking of them as whatever they're doing or the way they're acting is ridiculous, or pathetic, because I get a sense that on one hand you feel for them, you feel bad, you sympathize, but on the other hand it also makes you laugh. I get a sense that whatever this person is, it surely will be a little bit of a problem for you to handle them, or some kind of a problems communicating properly and understanding properly what's going on between the two of you. This may not necessarily be someone that you are linked financially or through your work or through family. It could be one of them, it could be none of them, but I have a sense that whatever, I get a sense that you're going to, either they're seeking your approval, you're seeking, or you are seeking their approval, and there is some going back and forth between the two of you that makes you feel a little bit not easy about it or not agreeable. The circumstance may be a circumstance that you don't agree. The person may be a person that you don't agree, and I get a sense of something going back and forth. If you are to receive any information at this time from work, a company, about a job, from a government department, from a justice department, from immigration, from a CDC, or from other institutions, a legal institution, a church that maybe you belong to, whatever communications or news you may be receiving, please do examine that carefully and properly. There could be a portion of it that maybe you don't comprehend exactly. You think that maybe you do. You could be misunderstanding a date, or there could be some miscommunications here. And for some of you, it could be even in regards to this Knight of Wands. There could be at this time, if there was any gossip going on, there's going to be some clarification to that gossip. Either the truth will come out, or you may discover that in the midst of this gossip, there was some truth to it. So it feels a little bit overwhelming or complicated, the circumstance being represented by this card or by this person, if it does represent a person. The next card that you have is Ace of Pentacles. The meaning of the card is new solid gain, new friends, new wealth, new prosperity. But to me personally, it also represents an engagement, being engaged. For some of you, there is the promise of some money to come in. They are not specifying when, but there is a promise of some money to come in. This money may be showing up through government channels, through work, through people who owe you money. Now they're going to start to pay you. Reimbursements, taxes, IRS. For some of you, it's going to be in regards to a sale or sales. And I also get the sense that whatever is being lost may be in connection to a lot of us being isolated and a lot of businesses being shut down due to the coronavirus, maybe in regards to that. But whatever you think or you feel that you may be losing, it feels like later on something will turn up to kind of make up for the loss. For some of you, it could be about financial losses. So in the hard time of the next 12 months from now, whatever you may be losing, it will be replaced in some ways, or you're going to make up for it. Could be about money, could be about business, could be about a job. But I also get a sense of emotional losses, that you are going to be regaining them. But it does feel that between now and maybe the next 2 or 3 months, they are still going to be a little bit difficult. But there is, again, the promise of something good to come out, or for you to gain those financial losses, or for you to kind of emotionally regain again what you may be losing, even at an emotional level. Some of you are going to be thinking in, at the greater vision, doing things in a grand way, taking whatever you are doing to the next state up. You could be thinking about making big transitions with your money from one account to another account. Could be about a deal, a negotiation, a contract. Could be about money coming in due to some big sale. But for some of you, money could also be showing up for some of you through family and family channels. Help through family. Some of you could be thinking about how life is important, the things that you cherish in life, because when something is taken away from you, you get to appreciate it more. You may be thinking of starting a family. You may be thinking of proposing to someone. You may be proposed to, but there is this engagement going on, or you may be receiving news of somebody's getting married or engaged. And they want me to emphasize that this engagement or this marriage, whether it's happening to you or to someone around you that you're going to be attending, is going to happen in the archetype of the next 12 months. The next card that you have is the wheel. To me, it represents the karmic wheel of your fortune, of your destiny, is shifting and changing for the better. Due to in the light of some news or information, or in the light of some sudden new development, the direction where you thought you were going could be altered or changed, but definitely it will take you in a better course, in a better direction. And at the same time, do pay attention to any news or information that could be circulating around new sudden changes, having to deal with sudden unexpected situations or new developments. And some of it may also be in connection to a conflict of interest and limitations. So you may still be running into some kind of limitations, conflict of interest. And I have a sense that for some of you, it feels like you're pushing too hard in the wrong direction. You're giving it too much energy and work to things that may not necessarily give you the results that you want. And I have a sense that suddenly you are going to be redirecting your energy, your work, your time into working towards something else, because chances are that that's going to give you better results. For some of you, the news or the information, something is going to click, somebody is going to enlighten you. Could be a program that you join and you're going to learn new things, and suddenly you're going to shift where you're putting your efforts. Are you working on a relationship? Are you working on a marriage? Are you working on your finances? Are you working in toward a legal case, a lawsuit? Where is it that your priority should be right now? You may be getting information through media. You may be consulting with someone, a lawyer, an accountant, a doctor, if that's the case. A healer, a holistic healer. You may be consulting a psychic. You are going to be in touch, or the universe will connect you with the right information or with the right person to give you some professional guidance so that you can redirect your forces in a direction that will give you better results. For some of you, it's going to be about what goes around comes around. What goes around comes around. If you have been the one contributing to gossip, doesn't mean that necessarily you started it, but if you are contributing or being involved into that circle of gossip or misinformation, something will turn around. So what goes around comes around. You may be dealing yourself with gossip or misinformation about you that you may have to clarify, or it's like fighting dark forces around that. But I also get the sense that you may have been dealing, maybe not right now, but somewhere in the past, you may have been dealing with people who maybe intentionally gave you a hard time, gossiped about you, made up stories, or circumstances of that sort. Now I get a sense that the Wheel of Fortune is turning on them, because I get the sense here that, again, some kind of a truth will prevail. This could also be in connection to, again, news that you may be hearing being posted by someone on social media, on the newspaper, on the news. Something here will show up for a later clarification. And I also have a sense that where is it that you could have been misjudging yourself, misunderstanding the circumstances. Something will turn up for you to understand how you could have been misjudging or miscalculating your actions, yourself, or the circumstance, so that yet again you are going to be redirected where the universe wants you to go for your highest good. And it could be I also get something in regards to love, in regards to that, being redirected where you need to go, in what direction do you need to go with a love related circumstance or a marriage. The next card, or the next two cards that you have, are from a different deck. So the first one is Transformation, Light and Dark. So I'm going to turn it this way so you can read. So the meaning of the card is that this is the card of transformation. The light and the dark lies already in each and every one of us. Exactly what has been going on around the planet, around the globe. The light and the darkness. And as we are all going through this global pandemic, unprecedented events are taking place where fear and courage are kind of mixed in together. The energetic dimension of what you may be going through personally, but it may also be like globally what we are all going through has a lot to do with fear. How you are acting out of fear, how you are acting out of the lack of money, the lack of support, the lack of freedom, and you may be responding to that. Now in April, there's going to be some kind of a shift because you personally are going to be able to see the other side of a coin. If you have been dealing with your own personal issues and struggles, you're going to be able to figure out a solution, to see how you may also be benefiting from this. So understand, everything has a duality. Love and hate, fear and courage, being trapped and being free. And you may be going through a lot of your inner emotions of confliction. There's going to be a lot of spirituality. Maybe you may be going back to an old form of what you used to do that worked for you. You may be considering to going back to an old job, to going back to an old profession, to going back to some kind of old ways that gave you solutions, or that always worked, but maybe you're going to be doing that in a new way. I get a sense that this transformation, you have to allow it to take place day by day. Things being postponed, scheduled, rescheduled again. It feels like the situation is very fluid with anything that you may be dealing with. So when this card shows up, you are asked again to take your time with whatever you are transforming. You may be transforming your body, you may be transforming your health, trying to get better, or to recover from something that has affected your body, like an illness or a disease. Take your time with it. Take it one day at a time. You, Gemini, are going through some major transformations that are happening energetically that you are not able to see, to understand, or to comprehend. But furthermore, notice how you may be shifting and changing your perspective. Notice who are the people who maybe they are trying to make you change and shift your perspective. Whether this is shifting your perspective of something personal to you, on an issue, on a work-related situation. So notice how you may be shifting and changing your perspective, but also notice who are the people who maybe they are insisting or maybe they are pushing you a little bit to change your mind about something or to shift your perspective so that you can see it their way. So there's going to be that conflict. Do I see this situation my way or your way? And you may be a little bit conflicted about that. But this is a reminder that there will be light at the end of the tunnel. And little by little, in the next 3 months, April, May, June, day by day, you may not notice the change every day, but in the hard time of the next 3 months, you're going to notice some kind of a huge shift that will make your life feel a little bit more balanced and more grounded. Whether it is about money, a love circumstance, your emotions may feel a little bit more grounded and balanced. So you have to deal with something negative so that you can finally fight it and get that good news or the victory. Some of you may be dealing with a situation from which you have no choice but to fight it so that you can be victorious. Could be an illness, could be a legal case, could be some circumstance at work with a person, etc., etc. Could be a lot of things, but you are going to be forced to fight something so that you can finally be victorious and get the victory, get the success, get the results. The next card is the dragon. What an interesting card. Okay. So the dragon's strength. When this card shows up, it represents that around you, there are energetic forces that are trying to protect you psychically, energetically, or in whichever other way. Right now, they're talking about this symbolic, energetic being, the dragon's strength. But also they are reminding you that when you get this card, this also represents your potential, your strength, because you do have the strength of the dragon's fire within you. It lies in your belly. It is reminding you to connect and do some healing in regards to the solar plexus chakra and maybe the base chakra, because you do have what it takes to pull through, to be successful, to manifest what you desire. They are talking about things that may be affecting your confidence. Could be a relationship and how someone treats you in that relationship, whether this is a friendship, a love relationship, a marriage, a business partnership, a work-related situations that you may be dealing with, your finances, your health, anything that may be affecting your confidence in a negative way, and how you may be even feeling attacked by someone's actions, by someone's words, or whatever the feeling may be. I have a sense that you are also going to notice your own sense of pride growing. You're not going to take shit from anyone. Excuse me for using that expression, but I have to say it word per word how I hear it. And my spiritual team never used this word before in a reading. And it feels like you're going to do what you have to do. Whether you need to have a plan in action now to save your finances, to save yourself from some kind of financial disaster, whatever you need to do to address taxes, finances, retirement, investments, or whether you need to come out with a new plan. Maybe not everybody's affected financially, but just in case something happens, this is going to be a wake-up call for you to have some money saved aside. I have a sense that not only you are going to understand better your true potential, but you may also, you are going to use your expertise, your advice, your help to kind of help other people. You could be showing up as someone who has this dragon power to assist someone who is ailing. Could be a parent that you may be helping them, could be someone who has been suffering. You may show up as the leader in a project to lead the way for other people. It feels like your contribution is needed at this time to help, as I said, a parent, a spouse, a child. You may want to share your advice based on your experience. Some of you could be interviewed, some of you could be talking to an audience that you may have, followers that you may have, but by you understanding your potential here, that's how you're going to bring yourself better to that balance that you crave. Maybe some plan that you already had, it's starting to pay you off at your work, finances, I don't know what else, a business plan, but there is some kind of a reassurance that something will work out and is going to help you to feel more in balance with your body, your mind, and your life. And if you like to know more, you can always go to the Vimeo videos. The link is down here below in the show more description box for download and purchase. But you may also join the membership program. So then this way you can have access to an additional 12 readings for each zodiac sign and more. So click in the join button with additional information. And if you want to have your very own private consultation with me, please email me at amalightworker@gmail.com or visit my website, www.amalightworker.com. Thank you so very much. Please like, share, subscribe, or join and turn on the notification bell, and I will connect with you next time. Thank you. Bye.